Hi people, this is Christy.
I'm Shirley.
And we are Geekettes Chat. Thank you for joining us today. We do movie reviews, book reviews, TV show reviews. And if you are into those things, please join us by subscribing and clicking that bell to just keep up to date with us. And we would love for you to join our community of movie, TV show lovers.
Book, mangas, anime. I got into that too. So come watch our content because we're amazing. No.
And so today we are going to be talking about The Witcher and explaining what conjunction is, all that hoopla, sphere, wild hunt is, and we're going to try to figure it out together here. So please join us.
Yeah, we're back with Geralt, Siri, Yennefer, Frangilla, all of that, the continent, whatever the hell is going on with the elven people. They're getting oppressed, sadly. All this history about them and the conjunction and all this. It's a lot of world building. So here's our review of season 2, The Witcher. It's on Netflix. So, plot. So basically, season 2 is about Geralt and Ciri are together. They're teaching. He's teaching her how to train to be a Witcher, and also her Ciri's history about her bloodline and all that stuff and like elven bloodish stuff and all that. I don't even know what to say because some of it is confusing. So let's get into it. That's the plot.
Yeah, and that's the plot. And let's just get into the world building for this show.
The world building was a lot this season.
It is tough to really understand a lot of it.
It is.
You have to definitely watch the whole season to really understand, and that's pretty much where you understand the conjunction, which I'm still trying to figure that out. But it feels like the conjunction is the starting of the continent, right? How the continent came to be. If I'm wrong, please correct me.
No, yeah, that's how it was. How it collided the other worlds, the spheres or something like that, and all these monsters and people, elven people and humans, they all collide into like one, but there's different like worlds and stuff. So and the monoliths, which they talk about here, and you saw in season 1 when Ciri knocked it down, is the remnants of like the conjunction. I had to read articles about this.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of explain it in the show, but it's like it's so much world building that gets a little confusing. It's not that confusing. You kind of get it because it's about how like the elven people are getting oppressed, and so they want to, they're fighting back, and they're like connecting with Nilfgaard, who were the people who were trying to destroy the Brotherhood and all that stuff that Yennefer is a part of, and she stopped them. So it's so many, like, it's not black and white in the sense of who's good and who's bad. It's like, yo, these people are getting oppressed, but it's also like, I don't know, you don't know who, you're for them not to get oppressed, but it's like the Nilfgaard people is like, are they bad or is the Brotherhood bad? Because it's like, you should be for the elven people who are getting oppressed. It's so like a lot.
There's so much history that you almost don't know where it starts. Mm-hmm. And I didn't explain what the continent is. It's kind of like the Earth that they live in.
Oh, basically.
Right.
Exactly.
And so there is this theory that there are other spheres out there, like other universes. And so that's how it came together. It first started with the elf people who had control over the sphere. And then they brought in humans and other monsters and other beings. And they said that, I read in one article that they had I think they were bringing them over as slaves. I'm not sure how accurate that is.
The wild hunt, which is what they show in season 2, is like they want to enslave humans and stuff. These are the
original rump shakers. No, these are the original elves from when it started.
Yeah, pretty much. And they're like, because they used to fight unicorns. I'm like, yo, is unicorns gonna be over here? And stuff like that. I'm like, yo, bring them up. And all that stuff. But it was more like against the humans, because, humans, they want to, like, take over. They destroy a world. They're like, all right, let's go to another world. A destructive nature of being a human being and stuff. So, yeah, it's a lot. But let's get into it. Really, season 2 is about Geralt and Ciri. That's the best part is the relationship parts. And like Yennefer, I know people were like on like I was seeing people reviews and stuff about how like yo Yennefer, what the hell was she doing in the end with Ciri? Is a plot point with that. And I was like, yo, Yennefer, don't do that. But at the same time, I was like, this is a woman who's been through so much, and you know they've oppressed her, you know, because she was different in a sense. So the only thing she knows that keeps her safe is her power, you know, and it has to do with her power and stuff like that. This is her storyline, and just trying to gain it back and stuff. So I don't know. I could see why she did it. It's not cool because Ciri's a child, but at the same time, you know, she learned her ways.
Right. I mean,
she's still a great character. Like, she's like the best character, to be honest, on this show.
I think she's the best character, and from like a perspective of a woman, it's great to see a woman who doesn't have to be so caring all the time as a character. Doesn't have to be so motherly all the time.
Mm-hmm.
She has some sort of moral code, but it doesn't come after a lot of like I guess experience and reflection, and then she understands what she's done wrong. And
Pretty
so
much.
she's developing in that way, which I like. And she's like a badass chick. Like, she at one point, Jaskier asked her
the
about
bard.
Was it Jaskier or somebody asked her about, you know, Geralt, and she was like,
Yeah, it was
well, I don't owe Geralt nothing, and he doesn't owe me nothing. We're just, you know, doing our thing. We don't gotta be all about each other.
I love Jaskier's,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love Jaskier's line of like, oh, don't play the damsel in distress. That's my role. He was funny. I do like the fact he wasn't in it, so I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't like in love with his character in season 1 as everybody else was, but I did like him in season 2 and in season 1. He's funny, you know. He's a funny dude, and you get these these perspectives of him and what's going on. So that is funny, of the like craziness that he's around with Geralt and Siri and Yennefer and stuff.
I mean, he brings in these you know, very comedic beats into the story, and I felt like I liked him more in season 2.
Yeah, I like, you know, and his thing with Geralt and stuff. He's like, whatever, and he hugs him. And it's just funny because they had a fight in season 1, of course. So it was just funny, like the forgiveness and stuff. But yeah, again, Geralt and Ciri, it was the best part because it's him learning that she's his daughter now, and he has to take care of her and protect her, and like he has to protect her from everyone. And that's the sad part of Ciri's story, is that everybody wants to like gaslight her or manipulate her and use her for their own gain. And it's like this girl, not little girl because she's a teenager, but this girl who's like has to figure out not only who she is and what's going on with her, but then has to fight out all these people who want to use her when she's trying to figure out who she is, you know. And that's a real struggle, and you know, you really feel for her. Because that is messed up. That's
teenage drama shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's serious in those times, I'm sure, in those type of worlds.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, Geralt has to, and her, they have to fight against everybody. And now Yennefer is in the fold, and she has to, like, protect her, too, and teach her magic and what she can do and stuff. And I think that's dope, because you get a little bit here, but season 3 is probably going to be more of that. And so it's basically dumb fighting against everyone else who's just trying to use Ciri, you know, so it's a lot.
And we don't want to give away the reason why they're trying to use Ciri, but Ciri becomes like a main plot point, who she is and her past.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
And she's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
And you'll see that in the story. But I want to talk more about The Witcher. I mean, if you haven't seen season 1, The Witcher is a monster hunter, right? They're created at a young age. They suffer so much and created at a young age to go out and fight monsters, because during the conjunction, monsters came into the continent. And so there were so many that they had to create witchers to destroy the monsters because there were so many. Now, witchers are not popular now, and one of the things that witchers are known for is for being devoid of any emotion. You know?
Yeah.
And for this Witcher, Geralt, he shows emotion in this show. and especially in this season.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, it's still not so outwardly as a normal human being, but you can see it in his own way and how he, you know, chooses to present it through the character, the actor, Henry Cavill. So it's interesting, but I feel like, you know, his emotions toward Yennefer and his emotions toward Ciri are definitely different. I feel like he's much more in tune with his emotion towards Ciri than he is with Yennefer.
Yeah,
and I
can
think,
see that.
And the whole sexual tension wasn't there this season at all, like as in the first season. So if you coming back for that, you're probably not gonna get it. I didn't feel any sexual tension or any sexual craving or anything like that.
I think
which is very interesting from the first season if you haven't seen it.
I think it's because of what happens in the end and stuff, and he's trying to like, look, man, just be here for Ciri, you know.
Yeah.
We'll be here for each other. But not for like each other, just for like her and stuff. So it's it.
So at
the season 3 is probably gonna be
so at the end it's finally gonna be Three's company. Like I was expecting that for the season 2, but it didn't happen. It was the whole building of the relationship between Geralt and Ciri and then Yennefer towards the end.
Yeah,
so
I'm happy that they're together and that they didn't separate them again. I was like, come on, man, I can't take this. Like they do that in, like shows, like
all the time.
And I'm like, yo, now. What else? The special effects, they're okay. They're a little bit better than season 1, but you know, a little wonky, but a little bit better. I like the hairstyles a little bit more. Fragilla, let's talk about Fragilla for a second. She's so dope. She was my second favorite character aside from Yennefer. Like, you know, people were always telling her like, oh, you know your place, you know, and all that stuff. And she's like, excuse me.
She's boss. Like, she is boss in this show.
She's like, no, I know what I have to do and stuff. And yeah, she takes it. She sees it. And, you know, you got to be like, I see you. Like, you know, because these are girls who were like really, you know, I don't know.
She's a mage.
Like, yeah, they're mages and stuff. And they're like manipulated and stuff in that school. Aretusa or something.
Aretusa.
They're used as tools, even though
for a king,
for kings
and politics
and stuff. So you know, she's like, nah, man, not anymore. I'm not a tool, you know. And stuff. It's kind of funny because you know the word.
She's evolved.
But you know, she's her own person. She's trying to get power because that's the only thing that keeps her safe, just like Yennefer in a sense in this world. So, I mean, that's what I'm getting from it. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, but you know. Again, I feel like this season is also about the women.
Yeah.
Like
no, they're always dope though.
And
that
I really
was
like that
season
because
1 was
in the
about.
books you don't get that.
Yeah, we read the first book, I think, and yeah, you don't get that in that first book. It was okay. But yeah, I know there's like 8 books. I'm like, I would read them. I would, but I just the first one was okay. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. But anyways, so I think that's our review. I mean, unless you have something else to say about the
I don't
show.
have anything else to say. I want to say, but I'm like, this is a non-spoiler review, so I want to hold back.
Yeah. It was cool to see some of the characters and memories that you like seen like in season 1, like Calanthe. I was like, oh, I remember her. Like even though she was like, you know. You still like were like, oh, she was dope though in the show in season 1, so it was kind of cool to see her and stuff. Yeah, so that's Ciri's grandmother. If you didn't know. Who that
she was nice.
Yeah. So
but we're on Instagram, so if you want to discuss a particular character, a particular situation that you thought was effed up or like what, I'm like I can't believe her father wants to do what.
Oh, Lord.
But anyways, we can chat on Instagram. Just hit us up.
Yeah,
Geekettes chat and leave a comment below.
Yeah.
And if you like this video, please give it a like. We'd love to talk more about films, and the more likes we get, the more this video is shared. So
yes, my bones cracked. Crack it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Happy holidays, y'all. The holidays are around the corner.
Yes.
Christmas is around. Hanukkah finished. Course, but Christmas and Kwanzaa are coming. But happy holidays, and other holidays are coming. So, yeah, I don't know. Peace out.
And anyways, peace out.